Thanks, Chris. For more, we're joined by our favourite money man, Scott Phillips, Chief Investment Officer from Motley. Good evening to you, Scott.
Good evening, Tracy.
I want to start with the property market. Australia's honeymoon with low fixed home loans appears to be over. Westpac today following the CBA's lead in increasing rates.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a real case of thinking about where the money's flowing from. The RBA said it will keep rates low for the next couple of years at least, or at least that's the plan. But overseas rates are going up. And banks in Australia take somewhere between a third and half of their funding from overseas markets. That means if their rates go up, no matter what the RBA does, our bank's going to have to pass some of that on. And that's what we're seeing today.
Oh, we've been enjoying some low interest rates, that's for sure. As Chris mentioned, the materials sector down today. Is it fair to say, I should say, that they're just taking a breather after some strong gains over the last week? Yeah,
I think it is. You could have said it in the affirmative because that's absolutely the case. It's been a really good few days for materials, resources, even for the banks. We've seen a real sense of the market worried, as we said last night, about inflation and that potential for increased interest rates. And when that happens, investors tend to go back to the old favourites, and that's why we've seen the others go up. Today and yesterday, we did see a resurgence of our tech sector, and that is something, again, that's the other side of that same trade. When people start to feel confident again, when they're expecting good things, tech does well, growth does well, and the other sectors not so well.
Let's talk about A2Milk. It keeps flexing its muscle today, enjoying the best gains of the session.
Up 5% today, up 30% in the last month, if you can believe that. Now, I should disclose I own shares for the record, but this is, I think, a bit of a bounce from what has been a terrible period for A2Milk, from over $20 down to $5. The recovery is to some degree, I think, expectation or hope, call it what you will, that the Chinese demand will start to recover once borders open. I think that's probably the case for what it's worth, but it's going to be a bit of a rocky path. At the moment, the bargain hunters seeing A2Milk and taking that bet, though.
Indeed they are. Finally, how's Wall Street looking, Scott?
Good news in the early futures trade, Tracy, up just over 0.1%. Not stunning gains, but we'll take the positives and hope that leads to our market gaining tomorrow as well.
All right, great insights as always. Scott, thanks so much.
Beauty. Thanks, Tracy.